hear me? Everything sounds okay? Everything looks okay? Yeah? Heard? Okay. Because you know, your girl hasn't streamed in a long time. So please let me know if the audio levels sound any off. But if this is your first time here, welcome to the BIPOC Streamer Awards channel, and welcome to tonight. We have a panel going on tonight, so shout out to that. Welcome in, everyone. If you don't know me, I am DontBGelas. I'm the producer of the BIPOC Streamer Awards, and I lead a fantastic team, the production team. And some of our people will be in chat and things like that, but like, welcome, I'm so excited. And it's gonna be a really great panel. So first things first is that I'm going to introduce you to the panel, and then have them introduce themselves. Sorry, panel, I don't think I told you this, but I'm gonna have you introduce yourselves once we finish the intro video, which we have gonna play next, and then we can get into conversation. How exciting! Okay. Let me know if I'm making sure I'm not peeking though. Does it sound okay? Because I know I like to scream in the mic. All right. Okay. So first things first, let's introduce y'all to our panel. Okay. Okay. Oh my gosh, I just remembered that the video for TG, I'm so sorry. I don't know why your part didn't get exported, but that's okay. But TG was in the front. For some reason, he wasn't in the back, but we'll figure that out later. But welcome in, y'all. Okay, we're going to get to the panelist screen. I'm going to unmute in a second. All right. Okay. Ready, set, go. Y'all can hear me in here? I'm going to the four. I'm going to the four. Okay. Welcome in, y'all. Okay, can y'all see yourselves? Everything looks okay?
Yep, there we are.
Okay, can y'all hear? Can y'all all say something one at a time?
Hello.
Okay.
Dang, I am blurry on y'all end.
Yeah, you're a little blurry.
On my end, I'm crispy clear.
That's so weird. Maybe is it streamed together?
I got the red thing.
Blurry and streamed together too. I don't know why. That's so weird.
Hold on, let me.
Hi, chat.
TG's volumes are low. Okay. I can bring your volume up. Okay. TG, can you say something? One more thing. Thank you so much for the raid, boss. Welcome in, y'all. Okay, I turned TG up. How does he sound?
Y'all hear me better now? Mic check.
Okay, we all sound good. You cannot wait to hear what you all have to say. I have a lot to say, boss. No, I'm kidding. So, just to give y'all a rundown of the panel, the way it's going to work is I'm going to go around and we're all going to introduce ourselves. I have a few questions that I'm going to ask the group. The first person that wants to answer them is welcome to. If you don't have an answer for it, welcome to pass. But for the most part, it should be a really good conversation. Chat, if you do have any questions that you would like to ask our panel, I'm going to ask that you do use the highlight feature. If you do not have that, you're welcome to, or like the points for that, you're welcome to at one of the mods here, and they can make sure that question gets answered. Okay? Okay. So first things first, I'm gonna make sure my music's not too loud because it's loud in my ear. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Hello, you set an alarm for this. Welcome in. Okay, All right. So first things first, let's go. Let's start with the introduction. So if our panel will just let us know who you are, what you do, where you stream, where you do your content, and then that's it. So we'll start with Key.
Hey everybody, I'm Real Mama Eagle, also known as Key. I'm a variety streamer and I do mainly mental health and sports content creation. Those are my two loves. You can pretty much find me everywhere. Real Mama Eagle, very easy to find.
Perfect. Thank you, TG.
Excuse me. Yes, me. TG. Terrible Gaming 123. I'm just a guy on the internet. I just be doing stuff. Stream on Twitch, and on YouTube. We do a lot of just chatting. We do IRL streams, and we about to be hunting on that Monster Hunter this week. So where all my hunters at? It's time to get it in.
Thank you, TG. Key, can you say one more thing?
Hola.
How does that sound, y'all? Still low? Let me know. Turn her up more? Okay. Okay. One more time for me. Key.
Hello.
Is that better? Better? Okay. Thanks, Kia. All right. Welcome in, y'all. Welcome in, Miss Kitty. Okay. So next, we'll go to Jermaine.
Hey y'all, my name is Jermaine. Jermaine plays on Twitch. I am a Harlem-based variety content creator. You can find me on my channel, helping out here at the BIPOC Streamer Awards or at one of the many meetups. Happy Black History Month.
Happy Black History Month. And last but certainly not least at all, Copa Caxi.
Hi everybody, I'm Kopakashi or Kopo or Cat, variety content creator whose intentions are to occupy space unapologetically and transfer good energy into every arena that I enter. I am a variety streamer in all the senses. Occasionally you'll catch a cooking stream, sometimes you'll catch a plant stream. We just finished a 24-hour stream today. The current games that are in rotation are Marvel Rivals. My partner and I, Reckless, we are doing Wolong, and we just beat Lubu. It took us 12 hours to beat that man on his horse, and I never want to see him again. Yeah.
All right. Thank y'all so much for the introductions. For those who don't know me, I think I already introduced myself, but I'll do it for anyone who just came in. I'm DontBGelas. I go by Jealous for short. I am a streamer who hasn't streamed in a very long time. However, I am also the producer of the BIPOC Streamer Awards. So, yay! Yay for that. So first things first, we'll go ahead and jump right into the questions. So the first question is, how are you feeling on a scale 1 to 10 about content creation in 2025? Anyone can answer that if they already have that answer ready.
I have an answer ready.
Okay, Copa.
Okay, so personally, I feel fantastic about content creation in 2025. And I think I know part of that is because of where, like the intersections that I found myself at, starting at like middle 2024, I have the best like group of content creator friends. We finally met up for the first time at TwitchCon. Opportunities have been like unfolding themselves. Seeds that I've been planting for a really long time are starting to come to fruition. So 2025 honestly feels like it feels like my year, and I'm really excited about that. 2024 was rough. It was really rough. I was putting everything that I had into other people's projects. I am also a producer, director, casting lead. So for the other productions that I was working on, they were taking so much out of me that I had nothing left for myself. So it was really hard to plant seeds. But now a lot of those seeds are starting to produce fruit. So I'm really excited about this year for me.
I love that. Yay for planting fruit. Anybody else?
Can you repeat the question?
How are you feeling on a scale of 1 to 10 about content creation in 2025?
Okay, I'll answer that. I'm probably about a 6 or a 7. It's just so for me, like content creation is it just always feel like an uphill battle. No matter how talented you are, it just seems like you're always trying to climb. Uh, and at this point, I'm just like, just tired of climbing. It's a lot of effort, low reward, and I can't speak for everybody, but that's just how I've been feeling lately. Just a lot of effort, low reward. So it felt like a 7, but I'm okay with that. It's just like at this point, I'm just enjoying the community and being able to make people laugh and just enjoying the moment of something come out of 2025. I'll be happy. If nothing, if we stagnant, I'll be happy. I'm just enjoying the moment as as we take it day by day.
I definitely get that. And I appreciate your honesty with that because
Yeah.
it can definitely feel like, especially these days, it could just feel like is you putting out so much effort and work and kind of playing off of what Copa said too, so much time and effort investing in things and stuff that sometimes it feels like, is it ever gonna grow? Is this where we are now? Kind of vibe. So I totally
Yeah.
get that. Jermaine or Key, did y'all have any?
There's so many different ways to like take this question, because like when I first heard you talking, the first thing I heard was how am I feeling, right? And I didn't hear nothing else you said. And like I'm an optimist, so like when it comes to content creation, I feel pretty good about it, but how am I feeling in general? Like not very good. Like I think like, are we allowed to swear? My,
Just a little bit.
okay, thank you. My new favorite word is enshittification.
Oh,
Like, and it's this idea of like over time how like the goods and services that we're sort of used to like being receiving like over time slowly get more expensive and worse. And I feel like for me, like that reflects kind of like everything that I have to like interface or interact with or deal with. And most especially online, it's hard to find good information. There's a lot, even ChatGPT be telling me the wrong things. A lot of that's just very tiring. It's a tiring meta landscape, at least for me to live in as a Black person right now. But what makes me feel more optimistic than all of it is that the only way I've found to like address that or respond to that is by drilling down into community, like, and doing things exactly like this, which I find so awesome and just restorative. So I'm just kind of like pulled between like these two extremes, just like conserving my energy with y'all and then being overall kind of like outraged and like also bewildered and very confused. Just a lot of things.
I definitely get that. Absolutely. Key, give it.
Yeah, it's weird because I feel really good about what I'm doing. Like, if you asked me how I felt about what I'm doing, I would say I'm at a 10 because as soon as I stopped putting these giant goals on myself and stopped looking at numbers, I've been having so much more fun. And in that regard, the last year has been so much better. But when I think about the streaming space as a whole, outside of just me, like the landscape of content creation, do I feel as good about that? Probably not. And I say that just because what is deemed as respectable or getting noticed for one person might be different for another. Meaning, you don't want to basically conform to the doing something outlandish. You want to be known for what you do and be genuine about what you do, if that makes sense.
It absolutely does. You want to be true to yourself when you're doing these things, and it sometimes it feels like the people that are the most successful are the ones that are out doing whatever. So I definitely get that. Okay, thank y'all for sharing that with me. We'll do the next question and with everybody, of course.
Can I
Yeah,
add
yeah,
something in?
yeah.
Because okay, so like another way to take this, like when it comes to content creation, is what's happening in like the greater media landscape with like The larger multinational media companies divesting themselves of their cable channels, folks no longer having jobs in television and being moved to new media like Roland Martin and Don Lemon. Like, so for me as a content creator on Twitch, it's weird to have folks who have been platformed by legitimate old media sort of like titans also in the same space that we are in right now. Like, and all of us kind of trying to figure out like our way. And I just feel like in terms of content creation, I think there'll just be more of that to come, which I don't know. I don't know what that does for creators who aren't or who haven't had that kind of opportunity to come from a background like that. That's one of the things that I sort of worry about or wonder what that's going to mean. Am I the
Yeah.
only one?
No, I
No, you're
think
not. No.
absolutely.
I get exactly what you're saying.
No, absolutely. Like, cause when if they're in our space, like our space, that means that this space will be have to get bigger. Because like they also being on these established, traditional media platforms, that they have people who love them and who followed them for years, and so those people might be brought here. So it could really change the game in terms of how things are being broadcast, because essentially a lot of people feel as though those traditional media companies have been compromised. So where people are going to get their information, where people are going to get their news, where people are going to get their content that they feel as though is reflective of them. The platforms, content creation. So like that's a hope that, while the climate is upsetting that that's where we are in terms of certain things, like in terms of like content creation, that could really change the game. um but yeah, that was a good answer. But we have a question two. In your opinion, what is the current state and mentality of the culture in content creation? So like when I drafted this question, was just really thinking about the culture as a whole, but also like think about the people and the people that like are on this platform in their headspace, in the general headspace of the communities that you lead and are a part of. Did anyone want to answer that one first?
Uh,
So TJ, I'm sorry.
no, you go. I was gonna ask for clarification.
It seems like it almost seems like the current state is for a good chunk is do the most outlandish thing to go viral or the most toxic thing to go viral. Now obviously everybody, that doesn't define everyone in the space. And I would say mentally, the state of the culture, I think mentally, it really depends on who you talk to, because I know people who really enjoy this, but I think even if you enjoy it a ton, I think it's still going to take a certain strain on your mental, because even if you're doing a great job, you're still going to be asking yourself if you're doing a great job. So I think it's a kind of an up and down answer.
Absolutely.
Mm.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, the thing, I feel what the thing is, as someone that got two separate YouTube channels to partner, it's once you learn like how people react, like, and you can make a video that they're looking for and slide it into the traffic, and it just blows up. So is it the fault of the content creator for making that type of content, or is it the fault of the consumer keep clicking on it
That's true.
to see it? So it's like if I was someone with no morals and just said I just want to make a bunch of money on YouTube, and just said I'm about to, what they clicking on, walking up and down the street asking random people questions and trying to embarrass them, and you just start making that content, and then you get millions of views on each video, and then it's like, why are they making these videos? Because people aren't clicking on it, and I don't like that type of content. I'm not the target audience, but obviously the majority is. So it's like, where do I stand in that? Like, I want to keep my morals. I want to, I want to be an adult and have adult conversations, but that's not what people are clicking on. It's like people want to see drama, and it's like I'm on the outside looking in. Like I just can't do that.
I think I feel that. I feel like, to Key's point, it feels like in general it's either really really over the top or like bare minimum phoning it in. And then like for me, if I'm editing a video and I'm not the most proficient editor, so it take me some time. But I might spend a day working on a short, like a full day working on a short. And I'm really proud of this short, and like the shots look good and the script is good and the lighting is good and the music, all the things, all the elements are elementing. And then, I put that sucker out there and YouTube be acting like it don't know me. I'm like, well, let me try TikTok. And TikTok is like, oh, we kind of remember her. And then Instagram will hit you with a surprise every once in a while. And then like it feels very inconsistent in that way, because it's like, well, do I, is it better to do less, or do I need to push it further, or is it am I like, in my opinion, community and audience are different. On Twitch, that's community. For me, like
Yeah.
that's community. YouTube is very audience. And while my
Yes.
community is also on YouTube, the audience on YouTube, I guess I just haven't found my audience yet. So when it comes to like disseminating my content in other places, cuz on Twitch if you're not live, you don't exist, it's difficult to figure out what, for me, for the type of content that I make, will be successful on each platform. So that's one of the things that I struggle with in terms of like the culture. It feels like the culture of content creation is very different in each place, but it seems like some of the patterns are very similar. Bare minimum, or everything in the kitchen sink. And I'm neither of those. So it's a weird space.
Yeah. Yeah, and you're absolutely right when you say there's a difference between audience and community. Community are they're there because they love you and they don't care what you're doing. They just want to be around you, and you make their day just being around. Audience, they are there to get information or to be entertained and to leave. That is it. And if their video is not entertaining or drama based and it's not giving them any type of information, they're not clicking. If that thumbnail do not entice them to click, they just keep scrolling. And I think how I use YouTube. When I'm scrolling on YouTube, if it's a topic that I do not care about, then I won't click it.
I feel that, I feel that.
I will keep on scrolling, and then it'd be something that you know tweaks my interest. I'm like, oh, let me check this out. Right there, they got the click. I don't know if the editing bad yet. I don't know. I don't know any of that stuff yet. I don't know if they even a good YouTuber. All I know is that thumbnail told me that they're going to tell me something, so I clicked on it to get that information.
I feel that.
And that is total audience.
Yeah.
I feel that. So like I can see all having to navigate all of that can be exhausting, and I think that like when I think of the communities that I'm a part of, like it seems like the content creators are exhausted, like between life and the platforms and figuring things out and algorithms, and everybody's tired.
Yes.
Everybody's sleepy. Everybody wants a nap. Everybody wants a vacation. Everybody's tired. So it's kind of like, and that fatigue, I feel like if we're gonna get real, like is being reflected on the platform. I think a lot of people are in breaks. I think a lot of people are in hiatuses, out of exhaustion, just pure exhaustion of running the race, and in some cases not feeling like they're getting the results after running so much.
Yeah.
But I appreciate y'all.
Can I add?
Yeah,
one
yeah,
more
yeah, of
thing?
course.
Oh, I'm trying to be better about identifying the burnout, as opposed to just like looking at it overall, feeling burnt out, and then like stopping everything. For example, I think 2 years ago, I spent like the entire year also making thumbnails for Twitch as well as YouTube. Because in my mind, I'm like, well, maybe it'll help. Maybe if I put something in the Twitch thumbnail, it'll help drive up VOD views or whatever, whatever. And it worked for a little bit at the beginning, but at the end of the day, like, especially if you're doing a variety of content, it's kind of hard to capture all that in a
Yeah.
thumbnail. And then maybe the game crashed and I stopped playing that game after 30 minutes and now we doing something completely different. So I was putting energy in somewhere that I realized I didn't need to be spending energy on. Um, so I'm trying to be better about that this year because work's still gonna come, bills still gonna need to be paid,
Mm-hmm.
the stream schedule is still gonna be the schedule. So I'm trying to make sure that where I'm putting my energy are places that I feel like are giving me return as opposed to just like taking, 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 taking. Yeah.
So how do you do that, Copa? Like when you want to put your energy in the right stuff, how do you
Hmm.
identify what the right stuff is, and then also how do you identify where the grief is kind of coming from?
Yeah, last year for me there was a lot it was a lot of that coming from a lot of different directions. And I can identify it by the way that I talk about it. Like if I'm thinking about having to do this thing, if I'm already drained by the thought,
Mm.
if I'm not excited about it, like there's a difference between looking at something and being like, "Ooh, this going to be a lot of work, but it's going to be good." And like looking at something and being like, and you already just want to step away. If that's the response that I have internally to the thing that I am trying to try, work on, whatever, then it's probably out of alignment. I'm trying to do more of the things that I'm excited about, even if they're hard, even if they're exhausting. If something is exhausting, takes all of my energy, but I'm so excited about it, and then by the end of it, I'm ready to do it again, but better, that's alignment. So I'm trying to operate in alignment more efficiently this year because last year was not efficient. It was not efficient. It was dark. It was rough. Yeah.
I get that. Definitely. Did anyone else want to add anything before we go to the next question? Okay. Okay. Question number 3. How do you cultivate joy during trying times? So, when you're in a lull, when things aren't going well in content creation, and sometimes, like, to be fair, sometimes it affects your mood and how you operate in other spaces because you've put so much effort and time into this, and it can be hard to find the silver lining. So, like, whether it be on stream or off stream, how do you cultivate joy when you're in a funk, essentially?
Mm. I mean, for me, I just choose to be happy. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a choice. I could be upset and it doesn't resolve anything, or I could just choose to be happy and move forward and work on the next thing. For me, I'd rather spend my day feeling joyful than to spend my day feeling sadness. So I just make the conscious choice to say, "Hey, that didn't work out the way I wanted it to work out, but I did my part. So it's on to the next one. I'm gonna just be happy and be, there's many other things to be happy about. And just keep moving forward."
Um, oh, go ahead, Jermaine.
No, after you, you're good.
No, I was gonna say, for me, I think about all the people that show up for me every day. I think about impact and I think about the things I've already accomplished. So whenever I'm having one of those days or one of those moods, I'm just like, okay, but you did this, you did that. This people have reached out to you, DM'd you, telling you that you've impacted them. Think about the wins and not just the Twitch partner, the high viewership, the front page, any win. Like, oh, I was asked to be a part of this, or oh, I met people at Twitch. It doesn't matter the size of it. So I think those things are what keep me going.
I agree with what you just said 100,000%. I also feel like, and I don't mean to like bring it down, but I just feel like, at least if I'm speaking for myself, sometimes there is no joy. Like, I think joy is a practice
Mm.
or a mindset.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like sometimes, depending on what's going on, I do not have it. There are some times where I can like push through that with consistency or dedication to some type of routine, whether it's like the gym, or like I am a part of a group. We meet every day, Monday through Friday. We're all Black creators, and we like have a daily stand up for a half an hour, and we talk about our creative projects, or if we're trying to do stuff professionally, like what we're working on, what's blocking us, and we try and like encourage each other and like just incrementally, even from day to day, like just keep things moving forward. And I feel like the net result of those like small little daily investments can result in joy or like joyful things happening. But there are some days, like TG was saying, I feel like I'm climbing a mountain and I'm so tired. Like so it can just be really difficult. Again, for me, the joy so much comes in activities like this, where I'm interacting in community, with others who I feel like share my experience, and just by osmosis, I feel better. I don't feel like I'm the only one.
Mm.
It's relatable.
I definitely agree with that. For me, I have to kind of, well, not have to. I tend to look outward if I'm feeling like, and I'm in a dark place, or like I just need that energy back. Me and my friends are hopping into a VC, and we're hopping into some game for some shenanigans. Whatever it is, pick up the shovel and party animals, and just swing. Just swing. So generally, like, community, the people around me, the people that I love, like, I get a lot of energy from just being around other people. Um and usually that puts me back into my place of, yeah, it's going to be okay. We're good. I'm surrounded by people who only want to see me succeed. And I feel the same for them. And I feel like it's rare to find yourself in a space where you have that. And I'm just very grateful for it. And they know that they are stuck with me for life.
I love that. One of the best things that someone told me, it was, my panda loves me too, was like, sometimes you just need to, if you're not getting that community, you're around the wrong people.
That's a
You're
bar.
around the wrong people.
Out.
So it's about finding realignment and finding the right people, to help with that, for sure. Yeah. I love my panda loves me too. But welcome in, y'all. Welcome in. If this is your first time here, welcome to the panel. If you do have a question, I ask that you highlight it. If you don't have the points to highlight it for the channel, definitely hit up one of the mods. We have Gruff in chat, we have Sibo, we have Boss. So definitely let somebody know of your question, and we'll make sure that it gets answered. Okay? All right. And that was question 3. Let's move on to question 4.
You keep asking these very deep questions. Honestly.
I just, I'm a deep girly. I'm not gonna lie. No. But yeah, I feel that though. I feel like I really wanted to get in, because I feel like not to shade any panels or anything. It's just that I don't feel like panels really be getting to the meat sometimes, and I want to get to the meat, to the bone. Like, I want to take it. Yeah. I want to take it there.
That.
I appreciate it.
Yes.
So, what are some of the challenges you faced currently and previously in content creation? I tried to fit this into the little block, and it was hard. So really, the question is, are you, like, any challenges that you're currently facing and any challenges you've already faced in content creation?
Where do I begin?
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh.
No,
natural response.
Real.
I think for me, being a Black woman in the sports field, because it's male dominated and we're always assumed to know nothing. So being a Black female, sports content creator, you get a lot of hate just for simply being that. Even if you know what you're talking about, it doesn't matter because people have this perception. And I think when it comes to Twitch and content creation, I think everyone here can relate. Again, the hate we get just for being Black. Whether you're, Black woman, male, non-binary, just the hate we get, the things we've had typed in our chat, the things we've seen. That's been the toughest part.
I feel that. TG?
This question could be the whole panel.
I know. It could. It could.
Honestly.
It really could.
Sheesh. I think the biggest obstacle, and honestly, it has nothing to do with content.
What is it? Just say it.
It's community building, right?
Yes.
So R6. So all right. Coming from someone that started out on zeros on all platforms, starting this content creation thing, but once like you start to get traction and like people are starting to notice you and people are starting to come in and you're building a community and you're trying to cultivate the type of community you want, and you get so many different types of personalities, and just trying to get them all to be cohesive. Someone's mad at somebody for this, someone did that, someone's doing this, someone going behind somebody back doing that, and just trying to manage it all. I'm like, I'm trying to have fun, y'all. I don't get paid to go through all y'all drama.
Maintaining a community is rough.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna need y'all to solve some of this stuff on your own. I'm gonna need people to talk to each other. Like I shouldn't have to go talk to people because someone else is mad. If you like try to have a conversation with that person first, then if it don't work out, then come to me and try to get some common ground. But that's been my biggest thing. It's just community building and trying to keep everybody on the same page and copacetic. And we ain't even got the content yet. It's like it's like it's a problem, but it's like it's almost like a good problem to have because it could easily be nobody there, right? Don't nobody care to be around. No one care to be a part of the community. But at the same time, it's like it is a problem where you get like big personalities and someone to have a feeling about them and they really ain't do nothing wrong, but it's just like I don't like the way they talk or I like come on y'all, I'm just trying to play some games. That's been my biggest obstacle so far in my 5 years of doing this.
It's not
For
easy.
me, it's time.
Time?
It's time management, or just time. Not there not being more time in the day. I work
Yeah.
full time. I've been involved in various projects and things like adjacent to Twitch that have taken time away from my channel. So I just find out like, or excuse me, I just find that in order to like do what I want to do or what I feel I need is like a staff. Like I need like a small team. Like, you know, I need somebody on production. I need somebody to do editing. I need somebody to focus on social so that I can just, but I don't have that. So it's just hard to execute and hard to really output what I want to make. Um, that would be the problem I'm currently having. If we talk about previous problems, I'm sure we've all experienced the people coming in our chats, like was alluded to earlier, hate raids, lack of opportunities, lack of recognition. You were talking about the hatred of Black people and Black ideas, Black energy, but I think much more about the indifference. Like I think about folks that just will simply turn away because I am not the same background they are, and they, like I, would prefer to see someone that reflects that. And just demographically in this country, the numbers don't skew in the favor of people who look like us. And I wonder what that means for me long term in terms of this career choice. You know, like and the viability of it. Not to mention the federal
Yes.
ridiculousness.
Yes.
Almost used a different word. So like
No,
the
absolutely.
fangirl staring at me.
I think for me, time is definitely one of them. I mean, it's a big one for me. I am like fully freelance. I work for myself, which I am very proud of, and it's terrifying. It doesn't get less terrifying, but I love it. I've never had a 9 to 5 because I never wanted to work for anybody else other than myself. And that came with lots of sacrifices, lots of consequences, but we're here and we're doing it, and I'm proud of me. But that also means that, like, on top of juggling my clients, I have to also make sure that there's time for me. So while it would be great to have an editor, I don't have editor money. And I don't believe in paying people in pennies and wishes. So until I can pay people in real dollars, it's just going to be me. So I have to develop the skills. I have to take the time to hone the craft, because editing is one of those things that like you don't get better at by not doing it, and that takes time. And sometimes I don't always have the time. I on a whim started a podcast last year, which led to me starting another YouTube channel, which is another set of completely different content. And while I feel really proud about the content that's being made with the podcast, it only exists in that one space right now. I don't got no clips. It's just full episodes. I still gotta, and whether Opus does it or some other AI clipper, whatever, it's they still have to be good clips. And then I want to move it to other platforms so that it can be accessible in other places. But I need time to be able to sit down and do that. Um, so that's one of the things that, like, I'm either gonna hit the lottery or I'm gonna grind out these hours. But I have to spread the hours out, and I just have to be kind to myself. Like, slow progress is still progress, and rest is productive. And I just have to keep reminding myself of those things.
Say that to
Can I
me
ask you a
again.
question?
Mm-hmm.
Just so when it comes to like all of your ideas, like how do you decide what you're going to execute on and what you're not going to execute on?
That's a good question. So with the podcast specifically, the idea for that came at a time where I had no time for myself. I was like in the weeds of this major project for another client. Um, Horrible like work hours in terms of all that went into it. Like there was no room for my brain to think about anything for me. And then once that project was over and I was finally like, I can breathe a little bit, a bunch of these ideas started flooding. And the one that sticks with me, like the one, as my friend Rule said, the one that, like, you're in the shower and you like, that is a good idea. And then you washing the dish and you're like, yeah, that I should really do that. Those ideas are the ones that I pursue. Shout out to Rule, because you really do be in there in the hot water and you be thinking maybe that's the one. So yeah, anything else, I'll just leave it on the back burner. And if it comes back later, it comes back later. But the ones that I'm most excited about or that I can't stop thinking about, those are the ones that I feel I have to pursue.
I really love the content on your YouTube channel. I've been watching it and it's fantastic. And I think especially during like times like these, in terms of like inspiration and figuring things out, I think it's perfect. I think it's perfectly timed.
Thank you. I am struggling to wrap up this first season because I want to finish strong. And I'm trying not to put the pressure on myself to do that. I just need to finish. I know that whatever I make is going to be good because I'm making it and I put that much effort into it. So I know it's going to be good. But
Can we
that
can we get a
finish
link to that
strong is rough.
podcast?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, can I put it in the chat?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
you can either put it in the chat or somebody can
Oh,
put it in the
okay.
chat.
Yeah, paste it a few times because it's hard to see.
Yeah, send it to me and I can put it in the chat. Now, send it to me and I can put it in the chat.
Okay.
Okay. But yeah. Okay, perfect. I know for me, love you some podcasts. I know, right? 4 Quarter Creative. Yes. Let me
Thanks, buddies.
See, that's that supportive community. That's that supportive community. Okay.
Yep.
Brother,
But yeah.
don't make me cry every time.
I love that. I think time is definitely it. I also have a 9 to 5 during the day, and then make content at night and editing and doing all that stuff. And then you want to be on every platform because you want to diversify your space and da 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 da. And you don't have time for that. And where are you going to find the time? And then you've got other things knocking on your door. So I definitely get that. And there have been nights I have not slept. So I get it. But yeah. Okay, so let's do the next question. We do also, Chad, if you do have any questions.
Q-Man put one in
Q-Man,
there.
I see. Thank you,
Jealous,
Q-Man.
I just sent it to you on Discord.
Okay, I'm gonna post it real quick, and then I'm gonna go ahead and read Q-Man's question, and then if y'all want to answer it while I post the link. When we think of achievements, what's the next thing each of you are striving for, and what has that process been? What are your opinions about partner pushing or striving for that goal? I think there's diversity across the panel with these two. And like that was intentional, Q-Man, to get the diversity in the panel of different places in their journeys. Absolutely intentional. But if y'all want to go ahead and answer that.
I mean, I can answer it. I mean, one of the goals I'm currently going for is just being a better YouTuber. I feel like Twitch alone can only get me so far, and I feel like I I've conquered a lot on Twitch. For someone that doesn't have a check mark, I've conquered a lot. I've done a lot. I've shook hands with a lot of people, and I feel like I need YouTube to push beyond the ceiling. So that's what I'm currently working on. Just being a better YouTuber, coming up with video topics, editing them, recording them, editing them, getting them up, good thumbnails, good editing, good, just being a better YouTuber. As far as partner pushing, and it's your channel, you do what you want. But I think um, it's if you feel like that, if you feel like it's the right time for your community and to have your community be all in and make sure they all can be there, go for it. If that's a goal, then go for it. I'm not going to tell you not to. But if you're averaging 10, you might be a little ways away. That's a lot of stress on your community to try to get everybody to come in every single time to get you to partner. But it's different for each person. So hopefully I answered your question, Q man.
Anybody else? I'll restate the question too if we need to repeat.
I can answer this one
Okay.
also. For me, just sort of reflecting on, I think this is my 8th year on Twitch, and I've had the best time. Uh, if you asked me 8 years ago if I thought that the things that happened would have happened, I wouldn't have believed you. Um, and I feel very blessed to even exist on a world that has a Twitch that I get to be a small part of. When I think about the future, I wonder how it could ever get better than it has been, and I also feel it would be selfish to expect or ask it to be. So like TG, I'm looking at the Red app, okay, seeing like opportunity there. I'd like to get my channel there partnered because I haven't really spent time over there. That's really difficult, different sort of creative set, different mindset, different workflow. Um, that's what I'm kind of working through right now. This second question about the partner push and striving for that goal, once again, I find myself sort of two minds, torn between the advice that I would give to others and what I actually did. Speaking first to the latter, I did not partner push. I have to be honest with you, everybody else here, and I think there's members of my community up in here. Like, I try not to push the arcade to do anything. We are marginalized folk. Um, my intention when I started doing this was just to make. So all the dope stuff that has happened because of the arcade, but like it hasn't necessarily happened because they have pushed. I feel like I don't know, planets aligned. Q. I don't know what happened. Like, I don't know if I could tell you, but like I try not to ask my community to do nothing. I do try and ask them to. Actually, that's a lie. I want them to show up at times so that people with more resources will show up, and that's those are the people who I want to subsidize my content, the organizations and the brands, and those entities, and the people I would like to just be able to enjoy it. So for me, I didn't push for a partner. Um, I don't know. Anyone else?
Um, for the first question, I definitely want to get back into freelance sports writing. I was doing it, have been temporarily like not doing it. It really made me my most happy because when I'm combining what I do on Twitch, which I want to keep doing with sports, I'm at my happiest. As far as the partner conversation, I kind of agree with Jermaine and TG. I, like Jermaine, did not push for partner. It was just something that happened organically. Again, people are gonna do what they want to do. But for in my humble opinion, I feel like everybody deserves to have a community that's going to support them organically. and not be there for the ride and then drop off as soon as the goal is met, if that makes sense. And I sometimes see that a lot with partner pushing. And not to mention, it does put a strain on you and your community despite what you average, because if you push and you make every stream about pushing, then you're going to have that one day where you're below 75 average, and that one day is going to ruin your entire week. And it's just something that I wouldn't, for your mental health, I wouldn't recommend.
Um, for me, in terms of the question about achievements, one of the things that I am actively striving to achieve in 2025, I am trying to fail a lot faster so that I can
Hmm.
learn a lot faster, so that I can grow a lot faster. Um, I realized I am not afraid to fail. I'm afraid of not trying my hardest. I'm afraid of giving up right before the breakthrough. So we're trying to like rack up these L's so that some of these W's just mean more. I'm pushing for partnerships with brands who could subsidize my income, brands that I love, not just like any brand. The brands that I'm currently working with, I believe in their products. I appreciate how they have impacted my life in and outside of content creation. I'm also trying to diversify those streams of income. So, like the idea that every athlete wants to work with Nike. Okay, well, is every athlete also trying to work with, I don't know, insert non um non-sports related brand here. I'm looking for non-endemic brands as well. So like I love ice cream. Okay? If a particular ice cream brand that I love that fills my freezer, if they really wanted me to hop into a call, I would hop into that call. I love tea. I would love to work with a tea company. I'm not a partner. I'm an affiliate. I just hit 2,000 followers today. Um,
Congratulations.
Thank
Yay!
you. I'm really excited. But yeah, like because even though I don't have the numbers, that doesn't mean that I don't have the content or the work ethic. But while a lot of other people, a lot of other phenomenal creators who have both the numbers and the content and the work ethic are also trying to work with those brands, like a lot of those brands aren't really looking at me right now, and that's fine. So I'm trying to look at other brands who maybe aren't in the gaming industry, but would like to be, or maybe they're trying to figure it out and they just need somebody they're willing to take a chance on. I'm trying to be that person. And then in terms of the second question about like the partner push, I don't have the numbers for that. Um, but um, I the in terms of the idea of partnership, like the check mark isn't the end goal for me. It's the growing of community. When I see people like community members just hop in just to say hi before they're heading to work. Like that means a lot. People who tune into every stream, they actually care about their watch streaks, and they get mad at you when you stream on an off day and they miss it. Like that kind of stuff means a lot to me. I really do want to bring joy to my community, and I want to continue growing that community and connecting people. I have a love for connecting people to each other. Um, and eventually that's going to lead me to partnership. Now whether that's here, whether that's YouTube, whether that's both, it, that doesn't matter. I Whatever I got going on now is leading me in the direction that I need to be going in. So that's what I'm working on.
I love that. Oh, and thank you for the bits, K9 Horizon Dog. We appreciate you. But yeah, that sounds amazing. I want to ask a question, and I want the real answer. So I
The
don't
real
care how.
answer?
Well, I don't care. I want it to be on it, like super honest, because I hear this a lot.
Hmm.
Should everyone be looking at YouTube like seriously? Like, is it like a when people talk about? Yeah, I'm gonna get into when people are looking at where to grow and where to continue growing. Everyone says, everyone mentions the red app. So is that the next? If you do you believe growth for people if they can't, especially if they've done everything they can, like you, TJ, like you, and then some everybody on the panel, done everything they can on this platform, that's the natural progression of content.
I mean, Yes, if you want continued growth. It's, I mean, Twitch just doesn't have an algorithm. It's once you hit in stream, that channel is dead. There's nothing happening on that channel. I still get views on videos I did 3 years ago. So if you're looking for growth, then YouTube is where it's. But YouTube is the extreme long-term goal. It's not a year and you're going to blow up. There are people that blow up in a year, blow up in one video, blow up. They are an exception to the rule. You just got to lock in and say, hey, and whatever that consistency is, consistency doesn't stop. If it's one video every 2 months, that's consistency. As long as you're constantly creating content on your channel, you know, because I know people got full-time jobs. People, you know, everyone's 24 hours doesn't look the same. So you say, hey, a video every week is a burning out for me. I can't do that. Okay, I can do one video a month. That's fine. Just keep creating content on your YouTube channel, and keep getting better at the content that you're creating. And over time, that channel is going to grow. And you'll look back 5 years from now and be like, oh man, I remember when I was only getting 3 views a video. Now I'm getting like 5-10K views on each video. But YouTube is the extreme long term. Trust me, I did the whole rush to partner. I got 2 accounts to partner in like less than 3 months and was burnt out all the time. Google sent me that email and said, hey, you're a partner now. And I was like, I don't care. I'm tired. Completely burnt myself out both times. You know, so now 3rd channel and taking it the slow approach and just enjoying the progression and getting better over time and creating content that I believe, you know, that I enjoy and that I are passionate about creating. But yes, if you want to continue to grow YouTube, like even when like if you look at like Casanet, the biggest streamer on the platform right now, he's as big as his Twitch account is, his YouTube account is even bigger. Most people watching him on YouTube, and he gives them the choice to either watch the live stream or just watch the VOD on YouTube. And the whole VOD's on YouTube. Then he breaks it up into different segments of his stream. All those are on YouTube, and then shorts, different clips, all from a stream. So one stream create like 30 videos that he posts on YouTube. And I found him first on YouTube. I didn't know he was on Twitch because Google recommended him to me.
Algorithm, okay. Did anyone else want to also add to that?
See, I feel like I have a different perspective. I'm not disagreeing that people can grow on YouTube. I've seen it be done, but I also think it's okay. And Jealous said, be honest. So I'm gonna be honest. It's okay to say that not every platform is meant for everybody to grow on. Like, that's just not, you're not living in reality if you think every person can grow on every single platform, unless you're someone who is already really big and already built that way. And kind of to piggyback what Copa said earlier, mentioned how a lot of people do like the bare minimum with their content. And I feel like with YouTube, I feel like sometimes with some creators, you get that, which is why they'll post for years and they won't really see any traction. So I think people can have success about YouTube, but I think they need to reevaluate what they're posting, for sure. But not everybody's content translates on every site. Like I got partnered on YouTube and still struggled to keep that YouTube channel up after a while because it just wasn't hitting the same. The algorithm wasn't algorithming even for the type of content I did. But you know, different things work for different people. That's just how I see it.
Yeah, it definitely depends on what the goals are.
Yeah.
When people ask me, like, because people ask me like, you know, how are you so successful on YouTube multiple times? I have to get them the honest truth. Don't nobody care what you posted. I was literally researching like Google Trends, trying to see what people were searching, and then making videos based on what people was looking for. And you know, some people just want to post what they want to post, and that's totally fine. That's totally fine. But just know, if no one's searching for that type of content, it's not gonna be a lot of traffic to the video. YouTube is a search engine. Just think how y'all use YouTube. You go there to get information and to be entertained. So You know, and it's a job. It is a 1000% job to do the research, to figure out, okay, this is the trends. This is this is the video I need to make. This is how it needs to be edited. This is how it needs to be recorded. This is the thumbnails I need to be using. This is where I need to be posting it. And sometimes people just don't want to do that. And that's totally fine. That's totally fine. I thought I didn't want to do that. I was like, this is a lot of work. This is a ton of work. And it's a burnout. So I have mad respect for a lot of those YouTubers because it's a lot.
I don't disagree with what anyone said, but I think I'm just at this place in my life where like several things can be true at the same time.
Of course.
Definitely.
Like, and y'all, this is what I was thinking about. Quick question for the panel. How long have you been creating content on Twitch? Me, 8 years.
5.
Almost 6.
4.
Okay. You know how we have like in society, we have like the boomers, the millennials, the Gen Alpha, the various generations. I think in content creation, there are generations of creators.
Yeah. I can agree to
So
that.
streaming is iterative, right? Like when you live stream as a medium, you stream for a period of time, you stop streaming, your brain automatically reflects on how you felt in the process, what went well, what didn't go well. And before you know it, when you do the next stream, you're making modifications and you're changing your output, you're changing the product. I've been streaming for 8 years. 8 years ago, we didn't have as many platforms. 8 years ago, policies did not allow us to stream or to create content simultaneously on many platforms. And that influenced the decisions we made as creators, right? I often think to myself, if I started in the game today, would I just have gone live on Twitch? Absolutely not. I'd be going live on every single platform that I could,
Yep.
every single day. And like if I had spent years in that 8 years, excuse me, in that workflow, my YouTube and all those other platforms would probably look completely different.
Yep.
So when I hear you ask me, well, is YouTube, a part of the future? YouTube is like the red app is it's like the 800-pound gorilla, and I think that we all know, like Twitch, like you said, if you're not live, that channel dead. If you want to be alive and not live, that there's opportunity there, and there's money there, lots of advertisers. So that's kind of where I am. I feel like that's the game. The game is to try and figure out how to get in. Even if you're only marginally successful over there, there's just so much more to go around.
Yeah.
I definitely feel like with YouTube, or sorry, with the big red button, if if you create content on there 6, 7, 8, 9, 11 years in the past, and it's still relevant, people are still looking for it, if it's a great conversation, people will find it, someone will find it. But if me and my squad had a fantastic conversation about X, Y, and Z show on a live stream from 3 months ago, and I didn't clip it or highlight the VOD, it's gone. It's like the conversation did not happen. The content no longer exists. So even it's like it's 2 times over. When the channel is offline, you don't exist. Once that VOD expires, and now Twitch added that whole like the cap on
Yeah, the
highlights
100
and
gig
stuff.
cap.
Yeah, once the data is gone, it's gone. Um, there is a like an additional load if you also want to grow on YouTube, or the red one. And I'm trying to navigate what that workflow looks like for me so that I can prevent myself from burning out. Um, and I think I'm figuring that out pretty well. But one of the things that I'm struggling with finding a solution to, I want to multi-stream to the purple one and the red one. However, the alerts that I have on Twitch, you can't play all of those alerts on the red one. I have one. It's called Yams. Y'all know Masagos, Can I Get to the Yams? But it's the Charlie Wilson part of the song that can't. And I don't need them mutant sections of the vibe. So I
You gotta
gotta
go
figure
XLR.
out. No, I don't. So I got the Wavelink 2.0 software and my Stream Deck Plus, but I use StreamerBot to enable and disable which ones can be triggered on each platform. However, on the visual overlays that pop up, like I got one of Gojo and he coming out the doorway and he doing his little dance. On
Mm-hmm.
the visual overlays that pop up, if it pops up on OBS, it's popping up everywhere you are.
Yeah.
And I haven't figured out how to get around that. Just because they can't trigger it on the red one doesn't mean that they can't see that it's been triggered on the purple one. So there are things to solve, but it's something that
Yeah.
I'm
I just don't have the audio
actively.
go over there.
Oh, just cut the audio to there altogether.
Yeah. So just put the
Mm.
alerts, put the audio of the alerts on a different channel that doesn't go over to YouTube.
And
So when they
see,
see Gojo
yeah.
twerking, right,
Uh-huh.
they like, dang, what? Oh, you want to hear it? You got to come over to Twitch. But
And
if you
you know
don't care,
what?
you can stay over on YouTube.
And this is why we get together.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Okay. But let me catch up on questions because I think we're flowing right into the editing conversation and putting all that content out. Flocka asked, question for everyone. If someone is passionate about helping others and others is willing to provide services, I don't know, like video editing, is it willing to help for free? Or how would you feel about asking for a friend?
I can't do it. Your time is money. Flocka, you are an amazing editor, and you should be compensated for such. I
I agree.
couldn't. I couldn't. My soul just. I just couldn't ask. I couldn't ask unless it was some quick project, real quick. Like I'm like, hey, Miss, you got 5 minutes? Can you do this for me? But to be my editor and I am not paying you, I couldn't sleep at night knowing that you're spending hours a night editing my YouTube videos and you're not getting paid for it. I couldn't do it. Me
For
personally, I just couldn't do it.
for me, if the issue is money, and it's not just the issue for me, but also the issue for the other person, if there is an equivalent exchange, if there's something that I am skilled at that you need, and it takes time and effort, and other people pay me money to do this thing, but you need this thing that I can do well and you can't do, and I need this thing that you can do really well that I can't do, if it feels like an equivalent exchange for both people, like honestly an equivalent exchange, then I feel like that is something that can be done. But if it doesn't feel like an equivalent exchange, like if I don't got the money, I don't got the service, and you just gonna have to, and that's okay. I agree. People should be paid like what they're worth, not
Yes.
less. What they are worth or more.
Yes.
Um, and but I also recognize that like I have friends that do things that are they're really skilled at things that I just don't. My brain just doesn't. And the same way around, like building production templates, content creation, brainstorming templates in Notion or whatever. That's something that I can do really well. Crank that sucker out, walk somebody through it, share it. So if it's something that we both need, something that the other person can do, and it feels of value, it feels worth it, then I'd be for that.
Okay. Okay. Thank y'all so much for that. Anyone else want to add to that, or we good?
I mean, if no money is exchanging hands, this is just me talking out loud, but if no money is exchanging hands, how does the person who's receiving the labor know that it will be delivered? Like, or delivered on time? Or like sometimes that money is the lubricant that like the deal rests on because
That's true too.
Mm-hmm.
like that keeps both parties accountable. Now that being said, Beyonce said pay me in equity, right? So if X streamer who's maybe not quite paying the bills with their streams, but they have like or their content rather, but they have like potential, you know um if you write it up, and you agree to sort of give them a percentage or give them an ownership stake in the media company that we all are individually, Terrible Gaming Inc. Um, that's another thing. But speaking for me personally, I always try and pay anyone that I am, that's providing services. Um, editing is tough though because y'all are expensive.
Hmm.
Y'all are
I
very
learned to edit.
expensive. So I don't know who can afford an editor, honestly, other than Beyonce, I guess.
Okay. Okay, so we have another question in from Sibo. Sibo says, question for the panel. If Twitch went away tomorrow, where would you continue your content creation journey?
The red one.
I got I got three. Well, yeah, I got three YouTube channels I can I can go to. Plus a TikTok that I don't really focus on, but my videos on there still get views. Uh, and I got IG. So and I got Twitter, right? Which I don't be on that much anymore because people get on my nerves. But yeah, I'm spread. I'm spread. This purple app go away tomorrow. I'm straight.
That's valid. For me, it's the red one. It's the butterfly. It's the little Polaroid camera. I left the musky one. I'm not on it anymore. We out of there. And I don't really. I post stuff to TikTok, the clock app, but I don't. To TG's point, I don't invest in it. Like it's not. I don't really feel like I'm getting much from it, so I don't really pour much into it. I kind of just regurgitate content over there.
Twitter, live stream on YouTube. Probably not post videos, but live stream. But Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram, I imagine.
I would say everywhere else.
Everywhere
I'm just,
else.
I was creating before I was on Twitch. I was doing stuff on the internet. I'd just probably be doing it somewhere else.
Yep.
Gotcha. Also, thank you so much for the raid, Shelby. I'm so sorry. I missed you so, thank you guys so much. If this is your first time here, I'm Don't Be Jealous. Go by Jealous for short. This is the BIPOC Streaming Awards channel, and we are having a panel on Black brilliance and content creation. So definitely hang out if you have the time. And if you have a question, ask that you highlight your text. However, if you don't have the points for that, feel free to reach out to one of our mods with your question and they'll make sure it gets answered. But welcome. Okay. So the next question we have, just catching up on all the questions in chat, from Wolf. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce the first half of your name, Wolf, but I'm just going to call you Wolf. I hope that's okay. Do you think TikTok gives of that FOMO or dopamine to get viral and be successful overnight the way that app works? That gives new content creators self-doubt in their craft. Those who, if y'all use TikTok.
Yeah, I'm not a TikToker, so I'm sorry.
I don't really use. I'm not a TikTok creator. I don't even really scroll on TikTok. Most things I see on TikTok is what's been sent to me.
Same.
Very much that.
I'm not a scroller. I'm a YouTuber. I've been on YouTube since 06. So, and I guess I'm a boomer. That's how I consume most of my content. I still like long form.
Same.
Same.
Yeah. I don't want to have to watch through 77 parts of something to get the story.
Yeah, those TikTok threads are ridiculous.
I've been watching, like, if I'm going to watch that, I'm watching a recap every time. Because I cannot. I was like, what? 50 parts? Absolutely not.
I mean, I think that's Ro Akalos. I feel like TikTok, everything I hear about from Black creators on TikTok is that we're not doing well over there. That our content is getting demonetized or censored. So I don't know about dopamine, like that algorithm be algorithming. Like I think that's why, we are all talking about it right now. But I don't know. Like speaking for myself, I like multi-stream there, but I don't. it's also there, if that makes sense.
Mm.
I wouldn't call that the main platform, as you know. So
All right. Thank y'all so much for that one. We'll move on to question number 5. Collaboration versus exploitation, and how do you handle it? So collaboration, and then for those who like, the exploitation means being taken advantage of in terms of doing content together. How do you handle it? How do you tell the difference? What's
I'll let y'all go.
um, there's some good signs, honestly. Like, for example, say TG reaches out to me and says, "Key, let's do a collab." I've known TG for years now. TG the homie, so he's someone I trust and would collab with. But if Becky 284, I'm sorry, random name, Becky 284 hits me up and I've never had a conversation with old girl a day in my life, and it's like, "Hey, we should do a stream together where we do whatever," and I'm just like, "I don't even know you." You could tell it's not as genuine. Um, I just think about the signs. Someone reaching out to you random, you've never had an interaction with them. But if someone maybe heard about you through someone else and they want to know more about your content, I could see that, because that's someone who probably put in a good word for you. But yeah, I really just go by who reaches out, honestly.
I feel that. Okay.
I agree. I think if you are the person doing the reaching, my advice, my suggestion would be to build the relationship, but not ulterior motive, build the relationship. Actually develop a relationship with the people, the content creators that you admire, the ones that you really want to collaborate with. There are I have creator friends who, when I first like got put onto their content, when our lines on the internet first intersected, I was like, "Oh my gosh, I would love to play games with this person. They're so funny and they're so warm and they're so nice and da 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 da." But because I spent time developing that relationship, getting to know that person, I learned that that person had been burned by other people in the past, and felt like they had continually been exploited by other people who reached out to them. So they were very hesitant to accept collaboration requests from other people. So I just never asked. And one day they were like, "We need to play a game together." And I'm like, "Oh, yay!" Just so excited, because it was something that, like, it seemed like a line that they had, a boundary that they had, and it's not about what I want. What does this person want? What are they interested in? What are their lines? And if I'm thinking to myself, what I want is more important than what they want, we should not collaborate. And I shouldn't be asking nobody for a collaboration if that's the way that I'm approaching that process. So yeah, the relationship is everything. There will be rarities where, like, for example, somebody rated me recently. Never seen them a day in my life. I don't know how they found me. They found me somewhere on the internet. Um, and they've got such great energy. They are hilarious. I watched their trailer. I'm like, "Oh no, this I could see us being friends." Um, they come by, they hang out. I go by, I hang out, and maybe one day we'll end up collaborating, and that'll be great. But in the meantime, it's just me and the squad, because I know that the closest people to me are always going to be for me in the same way that I'm always going to be for them. If my friend is like, "Hey, I have this event tomorrow. You trying to play?" I'll be like, "Yes. Where can I tweet it? How many people can I tell? Send me all the links so that I can spam my community and let them know that we going over together as a group to the cookout." Um, that's the kind of energy that I spend my time around when it comes to, like, collaboration, are the people that are excited about you just as much as you're excited about them. But first, you got to find those people.
Absolutely. Anybody else? Anything else you want to add to collaboration versus exploitation?
I want to know who's being exploited. Like, I want the tea.
All right, I get some tea.
You
All
got
right,
tea.
so
Honestly, I'm like, what happened? Like,
You got tea.
first and foremost, I don't really do collabs. I'm a one man show on my streams. That's why you hardly ever see collabs on my stream. I have the mindset of a stand-up comedian. Usually they're on a stage by themselves. So that's how I treat my streams. As far as exploited, I have gotten DMs like, hey, let's collab. And then I'll say, collab on what? And they say, we just go live on your channel. And
That'll do it.
we can do some stuff. What stuff? Why is we collabing? Have you seen my stream? We could play some games, or we can just talk. And like, why? Like, no. I disagree.
Name
I
one
don't
of my
want
moderators right now.
So years back, I actually did a collab on my channel, and it was a disaster. That they came on the stream, there was no plan. We just sat there pretty much looking at each other. I was like, so what are we supposed to do now? And then they, it was like, well, your community can follow my community, and and our communities can get to know each other. I said, oh, okay, so lesson learned.
I have a question specifically for the TG.
Uh-huh.
How did you live? How did you handle that interaction?
Well, the thing about my community, they're all comedians. So so they was in the chat like, oh, we can end this right now, and we can just we can end this right now. We didn't need this. We didn't need this collab. This collab would serve no purpose here. We can end stream, and we can come back a little later. But yeah, they was some trolls in the chat, so which made the situation for me a little easier to handle, because I was pissed. I was pissed because I did feel like I was getting used for my community size, which I don't be believing my community is that big, but depending on who's looking, they might say, oh, his community is prime for the taking. I got to get a part of that, but I don't ever worry about that because they're there for me. So,
how did the weirdo collab request even get through the DMs, TG? Make it make sense.
Because I knew who they were.
Oh, so
were they a community member?
Next question.
Oh.
Can I say something about the other side of collaboration?
Sure. Absolutely.
I don't want to bust this up, though.
No, absolutely,
Oh, no.
absolutely.
Like,
absolutely. Too much tea. I went too far. Too far.
Well, the tea that I want to talk about is like the other side, is like the person like creating the collaboration. Like, without getting too specific, I have had some situations where like I've created or been a part of a group that's like created opportunities, and we sort of have posted them, and folks get really excited to sign up, but then when it actually comes time to do the thing, don't be showing up.
Absolutely.
Okay, this is the tea that I want to spill.
Spill it.
Like,
okay.
and I just want to say it burns me up. It burns me up because sometimes people are putting a lot of energy into stuff, and then when you like, not you, no one here specifically, but when someone bows out that day, and it can really mess some things up. It also can make people planning feel like they're not professional when they have to go and ask someone else to fill in last minute. And it also, speaking for myself, makes me feel like I shouldn't have stepped outside of my circle of known good creators who I've been messing with for, years upon years, and instead opened it up to a wider group of lesser known folk. I feel bad even saying this in this panel. But
no, absolutely. Completely understand.
I don't know. So if you sign up for something, please do the thing. Like, please do the thing.
And if you,
especially when promotion is
During an
involved.
emergency, yeah.
yes.
I had to cancel something one time because one of my kids got sick and there was nothing I could do about it.
Oh, that's
Of course, but I'm
Yeah.
sure you let people. Again, y'all
Yeah.
know what I mean.
I'm pretty sure your
Yeah.
track record
Yeah.
is really good though.
Absolutely.
You got people that they're batting 10% when it comes to showing up.
10. Sheesh.
But let's talk about it for a second. Like, let's get a little bit deeper in that. Do you feel like some of those people might do that in multiple communities? They might say they're interested in things because they want to show that they're interested in things to some, like they want to project
Yes.
interest, but like they don't actually have interest.
Absolutely.
Yeah, someone said in the chat, excitement goes away when when the work is required.
That's true.
So yeah, they're excited. They're like, oh yeah, let's do it. Okay, I need you to do this, and that. Oh, you know what? I gotta walk my cat. You know, I forgot all about that.
Every day I have to walk my cat every day. Okay.
I forgot. Oh man, all these things came up. I forgot.
Everyone's relationship and commitment to their content is not the same.
Amen.
That's true.
So we have all canceled streams that we plan to be in. I think that's fair to say, right? We haven't all canceled streams with others. There are some folks that think that it's just as okay to cancel a stream with others as it is if they cancel their own joint. So speaking for myself, that's where we disagree.
I got a funny story when you done, Jermaine.
The only other thing I was going to say, like when it comes to like collaborations, if you want to collaborate with folks, this very panel that we were on, we were provided with a run of show. We were told exactly what time we would be needed and what would be needed of us. There's extreme professionalism here. There's a moderator. She's doing a great job. And like, so we're put in the place where we can like do well and be our best. So like, if you want to create an event, put that run of show together. Let people know what your idea is. Put it in words so they can like share it with somebody else. Just those little things, like I feel like separates the average request from the like above average request.
Put it in the calendar.
Okay.
Put it on the calendar.
So
Fangirl.
Chad, I got a funny story for y'all, and my community knows I love telling stories. So, community, y'all know Lost in Sadness, right? Adorable, sweetest thing on Twitch. She asked me to be in one of her podcast episodes, right? So I said, sure, I'll be in one of your podcast episodes. And you know, I decided to go to this hole in the wall and have some briskets. I don't think they was prepared correctly. I got sick. I mean, bubble guts to the max, right? But I did not want to cancel. I'm like, I can't cancel on Lost. She was nervous to ask. I gotta show up. So I'm glad it was a podcast because I didn't have to be on camera. So I was wrapped in a blanket, linked over towards the mic, and I was just answering questions. I didn't say nothing about being sick until after the podcast. I was like, oh, we made it. I'm like, Lost, I gotta go. I'm like, I got a stomach bug. I got to get up out of here. She was like, you could have canceled. I'm like, I couldn't, but I gotta go right now. But thank y'all for having me. I gotta go.
Please.
You know, so you know, if you want to be there, you'll be there. But there are situations where you just have to cancel, like, you know. But I know for me, I try my best power to make it if I say I'm gonna do something.
I feel that. And E-Man, can you repost? I'm sorry, E-Man, I lost it in the chat. Can you repost your question? I'll make sure it was asked. If I recall, I want to say that if you like left content creation tomorrow, what's the one thing you would look back on and have fond memories of? I think that was it, but correct me if I'm wrong.
That's it.
Is that it, E-Man? Yep, that was it. Okay. If you left content creation tomorrow, what's the one thing you would look back on fondly?
I mean, I can answer this real quick. I've been trying to leave for years. But you know, the community keeps me there. Like I love the Terrible Family so much. I really do. And they definitely keep me motivated to keep showing up. But yeah, it's been times I was like, I'm done. But if I do quit, when I look back, it'll be the community. It'll be the people that I met, the people that I got to experience this journey with. And you know, like true, y'all in this panel, meeting all y'all and building relationships with y'all and people that's in the chat, building relationships, all the people that knew who I was when I show up at conventions where, you know, I've been just a low key person my whole life and just seeing people knowing me on initial look. And, you know, all those experiences I will never take for granted. And this journey has just been absolutely amazing. So I ain't quitting.
For me, I was gonna say the journey as a whole, community especially, because I did not expect to. It's hard to find genuine people on the internet,
Yeah.
and beyond finding genuine people on the internet, it's hard to make friends on
Yeah.
the internet, and then beyond that, it's hard to find family on the internet. The people that are in my innermost circle, like gang, 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 they're family. I'm talking like we're staying at each other's homes when we travel. They sending cake in the mail, like family recipe cake in the mail. They're sending soup when me and my partner are sick. Like we've Twitch has brought um something to my life that I did not know that I was missing, that I did not know existed, that I didn't realize was possible to have. Um, and even if I love content creation, like if I left content creation tomorrow, everything that I've done in the space would stay with me, and the community would stay with me. The experiences that I had, the work that I created, the people that I met, the Discord. Please, please, please. I just if as long as nothing happens to Discord, which is another thing, I have a question after everybody answers the question. Do
Okay.
y'all have your communities in other places outside of Discord, like Circle, some of those other platforms where you can have community, maybe Facebook, whatever? Or is it just like if Discord went down like TikTok did, where would your communities be?
They just gonna have to come find me. Look, I work 10 hours a day. Look, I'm barely keeping up with the social platforms that's already out here. If something happened to Discord, they just gonna have to come find me.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
They just gonna have to come find me.
It's a good question, though.
It's a good question.
Yeah.
It is, man.
feel
I've
like-
never thought about that first day.
That was not in the run of show. Honestly, I feel embarrassed. Like, what the heck? Got me looking foolish.
You good?
You just ate everybody up with that one.
Like, oh.
No, because when TikTok and CapCut went down, I was like, wait a minute. They can just take it just like that. Like, so I don't have another answer. You know how people be inviting you to join their communities on Instagram, and I'd be like, I don't want to be in this spam email. Now that spam email is looking real good.
Oh, man.
What's up, Loss?
There are Discord
Family.
competitors now, and like I think it's is it Ventrilo that's trying to come back? Like, and there's a Discord competitor that's even more gamey. I can't remember their name, but like they're active in the space. Yeah, a lot of creators have a backup
Hmm.
IG. I guess we all need to have a backup like
Something.
I don't
community management,
have a backup.
like
Mm.
something.
That's real.
Yeah, you just ruined my day.
Sorry.
Like, that was one thing I was not worried about. I've been worried about everything else. I'll add that to the list.
My bad.
I don't know how long y'all been using Discord, but I've probably been using Discord for probably close to 20 years. Because me and my
That gives
brother
me hope.
me and my brother always usually stayed in separate states. So that's how we've been gaming way before like getting
Nice.
on Twitch, or we would always just hop in Discord so we could play games together without using the game chat. So we've been using it. It has definitely evolved over all these years. But we've been using it for a very long time. And it's been free that entire time.
That gives me hope.
Don't
Yeah,
jinx
carry
it.
mode.
Knock
Yeah,
on
see,
wood.
look,
Don't
hey,
tempt
hey,
fate,
what's up,
TT.
little game, bro?
That's
Yeah,
your
we
little
can
bro.
use.
Yeah.
He told me about it. He was like, man, this happened Discord. I said, what is that? What is that? But yeah, it's been around for very long time.
Anybody else have anything to add?
They covered it with family.
They
Honestly,
did.
people you meet, the meetups, opportunities. Hell, I met my significant other on Twitch. So, I mean,
Hey.
from Twitch. So, I mean, they pretty much summed it all up for me. Not y'all clapping.
Hey.
So one other thing, call me Asia. Asia, I missed your question. If you could repost it, I think it got lost in the chat. If you're still here, I'm so sorry, Asia. Okay, but yes, is that it? Yep, you are. If you could repost it, I would appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Oh, there it is.
Let me see.
Oh yeah, that's the one that Gruff posted is Asia's question.
Yep.
Let me see, Gruff. Okay, how do you feel about affiliate link requests from companies that cold contact you? Have you been knocked before by someone you don't know on Twitch?
I don't like them. Sorry, be negative. I don't like. Someone just slid my DMs. It was a charity just the other day, and they're like, "Love the content Jermaine plays," and like, you know, can you like? Because they always are like, you know, it's just like, oh, okay, well, I make homemade broadcasts. Like it's just barely, like it's just barely happening. Anyway, like I don't like them. I feel like they almost always don't fit. The arcade. My community, they're really not here to be marketed to. Like, we'll show up if it's Microsoft or somebody like that. But other than that, I don't know. Those little deals, I don't think be worth it.
No.
Like, it's usually too much work, and for what?
Yeah, as soon as I open the email and they say, "Hey, Terrible Gamer 123," I said, "Oh, they never been in my stream." And I just close the email. It's no point even reading any further.
That's
Yeah,
real.
I feel like I agree. I don't like them either. Most of them are usually trash, and sometimes you'll get one worth your while, but it's like one in every 100. I feel like, and it's something that does fit your content. But I feel like it's only worth it if you get money like off the sales. But I remember like an energy drink company hitting me up, and I'm like, I know you don't watch my stream because I talk about coffee every day. There is no way. I was like, energy drinks, you'll never hear me talk about that. So yeah, they don't. You can tell they don't watch.
No.
Yeah, if it's a brand, well, if it's a brand that I really want to work with or am really interested in, generally they won't even reach out to me anyway. I have to go to them and sift through. They gotta find me and all the applications, that kind of. But if a brand that I do want to work with happens to reach out to me, that's different. If I'm excited about y'all, yeah. And if I'm excited about you, my community probably already knows. I don't want I want my community to value my opinion when it comes to like tech in particular. Like, these are the things that I use. These are the things that I really love. I'll tell you if something is not working the way that I want it to work. And if I'm just pushing them anything that comes into my inbox, it dilutes the quality of my opinion. So yeah, I try to avoid that. And then what was the second half of the question?
Have you ever been knocked up on stream before?
Like the knock feature?
Oh, the knock. Oh, I thought you was talking about.
Did you say? What did you just say?
Is that really how you read it?
Hold on.
Oops.
That's bannable.
Please.
All right, jealous. Yeah, all right, jealous. You gotta boot him.
Just like, and I just slid right on in there.
Repost the question.
That would be a very impressive feat if you could pull that off.
It was.
But that did happen in somebody's stream one
And
time.
It
That did happen one time.
It did. It was on Twitter.
Now, have you been knocked before by someone you don't know on Twitch?
I got that feature set to like VIP only, or like the like friends like there are like four people who can knock knock. That's it.
Same. I got like 5 people. That's it.
I don't even think I have it on. It's not that I don't like people, but it's just I'd be focused.
Yeah.
We can plan it.
I agree.
Text
And
I'm
me.
like TG. I'm on some
yeah.
one person show type of thing. Like if I'm doing like my sports chatting stream, I don't want somebody interrupting that because I'm in my bag at that point. So
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And to Jermaine's point, even the four people who, we all got the keys to the house, we don't use them keys. We playing.
Yeah. Exactly.
I feel that so much. Absolutely. Because, I mean, I was stressful. Not even, it's like, what's going on? What is that? That's very much. So I get that. Did I get all the questions in chat?
Those deals that come in those DMs or those alert platforms, wherever they're coming, I just would really encourage us all to really respect the attention span of those who are in our communities and consume the content that we make and really highly value that over the gummy energy supplement or whatever it is. Like, I'm sorry, so much shade, but
nah, you weren't. Look, you ain't tell a single lie.
And since we're getting really real, I want to also say that, like, be careful how often, especially given the economy and what's going on in the world, how often you are asking your communities through charity streams as well. It can feel very frustrating to want to give, but if you're continually doing charity streams over and over again and trying to hit goals and trying to encourage your community to push multiple charity events during multiple weeks or weekends, sometimes the $10 they gave you might have been the fund money that they have for the rest of that month or that
Yeah.
week or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. So just definitely be mindful of that. I know that.
Charity.
Yeah, like, Kate.
No, I was gonna say charity stream fatigue is real. I know somebody that would do it like every day, and I'm like, that's too much.
It's a lot.
sorry,
Yeah.
charity.
Love you, charities. Just maybe not multiple times a
Not
month,
every single
y'all.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm still trying to pay rent. Um, but yeah, so it's just I think that's something that's always been scary to talk about because charities, you want to help them, but it's just people are getting laid off, industries are closing, game studios, developers, everybody is losing. And it's just a lot. Sometimes all they
Yeah.
can really give you that month is to just show up. So just keep
Which is
on.
totally
Yeah.
fine.
Yep.
Yep.
And even on a more selfish note, like tipathons, subathons. I just did a tipathon. I'm just coming off of a 24-hour tipathon today. It ended. We ran over. It ended at like 2 p.m. today. I barely napped. Um, but that's something that I only do once, maybe twice a year, and it's not like a regular stream. It's an event. I'm trying to bring something to my community that they're not getting every time I go live. Something that they want to tune in. They want to tab me up at work. They want to leave work earlier, call out. Like I'm making a production out of those types of events because at the end of the day, to your point, like mo- money be tight.
Mhm.
And if money is tight for me, I know money is tight for a lot of people in my community, regardless of what kind of work you do, what your situation looks like, whether you're double income, no kids, or a family of 16. Like money is tight. So when my community feels compelled to still help support the things that I'm trying to fund towards. Like I'm trying to raise money so that my partner and I can go to Japan. Um, my twin Shar, who I did the twinathon with, she's trying to raise money for this real fancy printer for her business. So if you're trying to support a small women-owned, black-owned business, help her out. Like, but those types of asks are rare, and if I'm making that ask, I have to. like go all out to make it feel like to not feel bad about asking. And whether or not I hit the goal, you're still going to get all of me. Um but everybody doesn't approach it that way, and sometimes it can feel really awkward when like that can't be a bare minimum thing. And I'm not saying you have to go all out and be all out, like outlandish, but if I'm asking you for something, what you're getting in return has to be worth it. So
Copa,
it's hard,
how
huh?
many times were
Yes.
you pied in the face today?
Oh, uh, okay. So overall, Shar and I were pied 26 times.
Oof.
Um, two of those were sneak attacks. Um, I was pied 4 times today, 5 times yesterday. So I had 9 pies and a sneak attack. Shar had the rest of them pies. She had to take 7 right before we ended stream.
So if you're not
Oh, and my
getting
partner had
pied,
to take a pie in the face, and her partner had to take a pie in the face, and
yeah.
I felt great about it.
If you're not on that level, and you're asking for money, okay, like take some pies. It's the
So
lesson. Go ahead, Jimmy.
on on subathons, I've never done a subathon in full
Me neither.
disclosure.
Mm.
I've never done a subathon. I've always looked at them and been like, wow, like the anime sound effect. Like that looks like something that's cool. But I just feel like, who my community is, who I am. It's just not, that's not where we at. But what I wonder, and I want to kind of ask everyone here and in the chat, like, is that a black tax or an anti-black tax? Like, because having worked in the DEI space in this field, we know that, we are collectively are very hesitant to take up space, to ask for things that we need, to ask for support. I know of creators who do subathons monthly and don't monthly, and hold on, not only do they do them monthly, but they hitting every month, and the community is there for it.
Wow.
Mm.
Like, so, I don't know, I just kind of wanted to like ask how folks feel about that. Like, is there something about your identity, our identities,
Hmm.
that makes us feel, or speaking for myself, like, knowing who's in my community and what communities I'm a part of, I don't really feel comfortable. I know what people are facing. I know what, even my budget, I know what I'm facing, so I don't feel comfortable. But then there are those, and there are plenty of them who are just fine. I don't know. Can any of y'all speak to that, or?
I
Hmm.
I didn't. I was gonna do a subathon over the holidays, but elected not to for that reason. And I only do one like, if even that, once a year, if even that. But I was just like, you know what? The way the climate looks right now, it's been tough. Everything's down. Like, no. So I don't know.
Yeah.
It just depends on who you are in your community. I can't speak for others for sure.
Yeah, yeah, I think it's definitely who you are in your community. Like me, I personally don't do subathons because I work full time. So and I just want people to come have fun. If they decide to sub and anything like that, then But I've hardly ever put up goals or anything like that because I don't want the community to feel pressure.
Hmm.
Uh, just want them to know they can come and have fun. I don't have nothing against subathons. Every month is insane though. But if their community is there for it, then hey, I mean, better for them. I ain't gonna knock somebody getting some money. But me and my community, yeah, I don't do subathons. I get on, and if they decide to open up their wallet, I'll take their money. But if they decide to keep it closed, that's fine too.
I feel like in the and this isn't necessarily the case. Like I'm not saying that this is true, but to me, it seems like if somebody's having a subathon, tipathon, whatever, like every month, and the goals are high, and they hitting them. To me, that seems kind of like what it feels like on TikTok for me. Like on TikTok, it kind of feels like they're they're watching you as opposed to interacting with you. Like you remember the girl that was popping popcorn? and she was making her bag, popping her little popcorn kernels in her hair, her flat iron. Um,
What is this?
She was
you don't
popping kernels and with a hair iron.
y'all don't remember the ice cream
What
so
kind of
good.
TikTok is this?
Oh, yeah,
You remember that?
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
There was I can't I'm failing to remember her name.
She put
Somebody
out
in the
an album, Pinky
Pinky
Doll.
Doll.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. On TikTok, she was doing like what's the
The NPC.
NPC content. Yes. She was making NPC content where people would pay a certain amount, get a certain redeem, and she would do that for hours. There was no conversation, there was no like, interaction beyond that. So when
She's on
there's
Love
like
and Hip Hop.
she's on Love and Hip Hop now?
Imagine getting there from just
Reaper.
doing,
That's
just doing
insane.
anything.
Right. But like so I kind of whenever so I've done four. My partner and I had to, and we don't do subathons, we do tipathons because of how the funds are cut up before they reach you. So we do
Mhm.
tipathons instead. But I've done four in the 4 years that I've been streaming, and I've been fortunate enough to hit that goal each time. But I also don't set a goal that's astronomical. Like I'm thinking about, okay, maybe, maybe somebody has $1. Let's have a $5 redemption, and like, the community, we're all building that little Tetris tower together. Um, but again, I make those productions, those are events, and a lot goes into them. A lot comes out of us to put them on. We invest money into like the giveaways that we do, or whatever it is. And I don't work full time. Like I don't have so in the winter production, film, TV production, I'm on the East Coast. Everything really slows down in the winter, with the exception of, I guess, last winter. It was unusually busy. Um, so I do them like once a year, maybe twice a year, depending on what's happening that year. But I'm also not setting goals that are astronomical. Like it's not fair. In my opinion, it's not fair to ask for something that I would never be able to give. Um, so I try not to ask for more than I would be able to give. And when people in my community have fundraisers, subathons, tipathons, they run in crowd control, my wallet is open. So they know that they can also receive that same support from me. They know it's not just like a one-sided exchange. But it is one of those things that's like, if you're gonna do it, you have to do it really well. You have to make it worth it, and you have to be realistic about what you're asking people for. Because when you go on Google and you look at the differences between other people's like flyers, I saw there was a tipathon and a four-digit amount of money on the goal list, not as one dono, but it was a four-digit amount of money, and the redemption was a selfie. And in my mind, the math does not math in my mind, the math does not math. But like, again, everybody approaches things differently. Everybody approaches their content differently, their community differently. To me, the math didn't math. But and it wasn't like a lewd selfie. It was just a selfie. So yeah. Anywho.
What one thing you just said when you were talking about how you're hesitant to ask, but then when others ask, your wallet is always open.
Mm,
Like they say that for us as black professionals, like as we like earn more in our careers, our income is strained by the fact that we have family ties and folks that we need to that we also need to support sort of as we grow. So I just feel like what I want to encourage everyone here to do is also to ask for more at the same time. I do
mm,
think that like there's something bound up in the experience of being black in America in 2025 at least, where I see a lot of us, regardless what we're doing, whether it's content creation or it's just trying to get a raise at work,
mm,
just feeling like for those of us who do work, in places where you can get one, feeling like we can't ask for more or like whatever, even knowing that money is tight. Um, I just wanted to say that.
mm.
I think that's real. I think that there's just this. I've heard that before too. I think specifically I heard it a couple months ago. I think Gavin had said it, Gavin XP, and she was like, like the people who aren't black ask for stuff from people that they know all the time, and it's like not a big deal. Um, but we're always so hesitant to do that. Um, and that like
Even when we are owed things.
yes, absolutely, absolutely. So I appreciate that. So we're coming up on time, so I think we have one more question. I'm gonna go through these questions to see which one I wanted to ask. So give me one sec. I'm just gonna. Is it that one? No. No. Oh, this one. To companies and
Now I'm curious.
sponsors, why is it important to work with Black voices? What would y'all, if y'all are talking, if we're right now, sponsors and companies and brands are watching us right now, what would you want to say as your pitch to as why it's important in the culture of companies eliminating their DEI programs, in the culture of diversity being rolled back across the board? Um, what what would you say to those brands?
I would say if we're just talking about numbers, just data, statistically, the black dollar has a higher conversion rate. And if all you care about is the money, the return, logically, it's a wise investment.
You ate that up. Ate that
A
up.
unique perspective. I need my answer.
Mhm.
A
Okay.
unique perspective.
I mean, black people move the needle. Even though we're the minorities in the country don't adopt it unless we think it's cool.
As America um, gets younger, and the we were talking about generations, Gen Z, Gen Alpha, as they sort of exercise more spending power, they want companies who are socially driven or have some kind of social focus. So just from a transactional perspective, virtue signaling can be good for business. Like, and you can buy into brand black, right? The other side of it is that, in my humble opinion, black people are the most influential Americans, and we have been
Yes.
probably for about like the last, I don't know, 300 or 400 years. Just basically
Yes.
whenever they brought us over here, there really is no aspect of American culture that our fingerprints aren't all over it, and everybody else just playing catch up. So
Yes.
make sure you pay what you owe.
Okay. All right. Thank y'all so much for tonight. And chat, thank you so much for all of the questions. We're going to go around just one more time. If you can tell us where to find you, your content, anything you want to plug, this will be the opportunity. And we'll go around the opposite direction this time. So we'll start with Jermaine.
Thank you so much, Jealous, and everyone in the chat for the great questions and just for the energy. This has been awesome. You can find me, Jermaine Plays, on Twitch, YouTube, TikTok. What else am I supposed to say? Or is that it?
That was it. Just where can
Okay.
find you. Anything you want to plug.
I want to plug y'all. I want to plug every black creator that's here for
Aw.
being awesome and worthy of support.
Absolutely. Copa?
Hello again. As a reminder, I'm Copa Kashi or Copa or Cat, variety content creator whose intentions are to occupy space unapologetically and transfer good energy into every arena that I enter. Um, Jealous, shout out to you for putting all this together. Thank you for having me on the panel alongside these three phenomenal creators whose work I have admired for quite some time. So it's just nice to be in conversation with the three of you. Um, I am currently, I have a busy week coming up. There's going to be an announcement sometime after Monday. I can't say what it is yet, but there's going to be an announcement sometime after Monday. For those of you that are in my community, there's going to be a pop up stream on Tuesday. I know it's not on my schedule, but don't worry, it's not going to be on my page. You'll learn more about that soon. On Wednesday, I am participating in a pop up stream. Well, it's not a pop up stream. Rule, my good friend Rule, the Rizzler, first of her name, richest of her bloodline. She is going to be hosting on the Elgato channel on Wednesday, and I'm going to be playing with her. So that's going to be happening. You'll see the flyer for that in the Discord later. Then on Thursday, I'll be back to my regular schedule. So there's a lot coming up. There's a lot coming up, and I'm very excited about it.
All right, now I can't wait for all those announcements. All right, TG.
Oh, it's my turn. All right. First, let me shout out everybody. Shout out Player Simo, Caddy. I saw E-Man in here. Lost all the people in CC. All the people came to see your boy. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all. But Tony, I see you, Tony, Detroit. But yeah, y'all catch me on these Twitch streets. Wednesday we be on Thick Sparkle Bus channel doing some toxic stuff. And then probably short stream Thursday, but then Friday, y'all like Monster Hunter, that's the place to be. Me and Blue Satire will be doing an event for Monster Hunter. If y'all funds a little low, y'all couldn't cop y'all a Monster Hunter copy, I'm giving away 2 copies of Monster Hunter, and Blue is giving away a copy as well. So don't worry if your funds is low, come in and enter the giveaway on Friday, where we're gonna be playing Monster Hunter all day. And yeah, catch me on these internets. I just be doing stuff. I keep throwing stuff at the wall and see what stick. I just like to try stuff. That's it.
That. Okay, Key.
I don't have anything to plug at the moment, but I do want to thank the panelists for being here and Jealous for hooking this whole thing up. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate everybody showing up in chat to support. I see people from all communities here, and that's always dope. And I think one thing we could do to uplift each other, Black communities, is to keep showing up. I'm very easy to find. I'm Rome Amigo on everything: Twitter, IG, YouTube, yeah, everywhere.
Absolutely. I think that's number one. I think, and one of the questions that we didn't get to is actually like improvements in the community. Like, we got to show up for each other, y'all. Like, in some of these spaces, we're like all we got. So like, let's show up.
Yeah.
Okay.
I need 75 for partner, y'all.
You heard it.
That's all I need.
You heard it.
I don't need no money. I just need 75 of y'all to just tab me up
at the same time.
At the same time. That's all.
Yeah.
Wouldn't y'all love to see a check mark next to that 1, 2, 3? I think that look beautiful.
No, absolutely. Okay. All right.
I'm sorry that I'm all business, but like, are y'all gonna show up to the BIPOC Streamer Awards and like, are y'all gonna like nominate?
I'll be there every year.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just speaking to the chat and everybody. Y'all know I saw a post like the nominations are open. Like, I hope y'all gonna show up and support all of the great things that the BIPOC Streamer Awards are trying to do for our community and the culture. And one way you can support that is by like nominating the streamers that you think are doing like fine work and just participating in that process and sharing the social media that the team, they really work hard. They work really, really hard.
Yes, they do.
If we don't support them, we will not have a BIPOC Streamer Awards. So if we want to have nice things, we have to take care of them.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, you ate that up. Okay. So
BIPOC Streamer Awards will be in the venue one day.
Maybe sooner than you think.
I know.
So, but yeah, nominations are open March 1st. Keep an eye on our socials. We have an amazing new social media manager who has made sure that you will see something every day. So keep an eye on this week, okay? Keep an eye on that channel. All right. But thank y'all so much. We'll go ahead and raid out. Do y'all have anyone on the panel? Do y'all have anyone that you would like us to say hello to?
Let's go raid Ninja.
Is SP still doing? Is SP still live?
I'm not sure.
SP has a a Big Brother event that they're doing with like 16 Black creators. I
Oh,
think.
would love to rate
I saw
that.
that
Fangirl, weren't you in
earlier.
there? I feel like I know this because Fangirl was co-streaming it,
Yeah, I thought Fangirl was in there.
but I don't know if it's still going.
Was it the messiness
Yeah,
I think that's what it was called.
that ended?
It
Yeah,
ended.
yeah.
It ended. Okay.
I'm gonna throw in a vote for Rule.
Okay.
She playing spades.
Okay. Can you so can you spell, can you put that, is it Rouxal?
Correct. Mm-hmm.
Anything else? It's just
Nope.
okay. Okay, that's just
Yeah,
exactly
no
it.
underscore
Okay.
or anything. Mm-hmm.
Perfect. So we're gonna go ahead and raid Rule. We don't have any raid commands, do we? I don't think, I still haven't made those. Or oh, you did, Sibo. So copy those raid commands. We're gonna go ahead and say hi. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. We really, really appreciate you, and we will absolutely catch you later. This isn't the last panel, just so you know. So keep your eyes peeled. There'll be another panel. All right, and it's gonna be just as great. So thank y'all so much for tuning in. I appreciate you. Bye.
Bye.
Good night. Happy Black History Month.
Happy Black
Yeah.
History Month.